Hey, welcome back to Snapbolt Games. My name's Max, and we're back with another Pauper League, and I'm going to be playing Jund Gardens with some updates from the new set, Commander Legends Battle for Baldur's Gate. Specifically, we're playing this new card, CLOAKWOOD SWARMKEEper, 1 mana, 1/1. Whenever one or more tokens enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Really excited to get into this one. I haven't played this deck for a while, and now's the perfect time to try it out again because we have SWARMKEEper. So I'll get into the deck tech in a second. Real quick, going to shout out the YouTube channel and the Twitch, youtube.com/snapbolt. Go to the channel, check it out, and subscribe to my channel. It's really the best way to support me. And I record all my content live on Twitch, twitch.tv/snapboltgames. Okay, let's continue with the YouTube voice and talk about this deck. So this is Jund Gardens. You can look back at my YouTube channel for some previous versions, the first iterations of the deck that I've played. And this one's a little bit different. In the first versions, I had more removal spells. I had Lightning Bolt and Cast Down and some Thorns. This version is more token heavy, and we're more heavily trying to Rites of Initiation people. So this is just green-red base, splashing Deadly Dispute, and yes, I think it is worth it to splash this card. This is like essentially one of the best cards in Pauper and really good in this deck. Plus it's critical with Rites of Initiation in order to have enough cards in hand to get these huge rights. So yes, I think it is worth it to splash Deadly Dispute. You could be green-red tokens, but then your rights, you're just not going to have enough cards in hand for rights. So I think this build is solid. I think it is worth the splash. And we have some other new stuff going on. So now only 3 Glimmer Baron, because CLOAKWOOD SWARMKEEper just seems like a better Glimmer Baron to me. This card just seems really nice because with Sprout Swarm, a lot of times you can cast Sprout Swarm like 2 or 3 times in one turn, and then you're triggering this a bunch of times. Bog War Marshal, another new card we're trying. It comes in, makes a token, and then next turn makes another token, so it triggers this twice. Plus, you can just sack the actual War Marshal to Deadly Dispute. So you can go like turn 2 War Marshal, untap, and then Deadly Dispute away the War Marshal, and then get a token from Deadly Dispute, a token from this. If you have a Swarmkeeper out, you're just going off. There's a lot of cool stuff like that. A couple Jewel Thieves, just because it's a good card. It makes a token, fixes our mana. We still have the Rebirth plan. Synthesizer, still a great card. So we still have basically the artifact sack package of Deadly Dispute, Rebirth, and then Synth, Wellspring, Star, which is the core of the Jund Gardens deck. And then just a bunch of token producers, more token producers, more token producers plus rights. No removal is what we're trying basically. We still have Colony Garden plus Bounce Lane Synergy. And in the sideboard, we're trying another new card, Arms of Hadar. Creatures target player controls get -2/-2 till end of turn. This card seems sweet. This was on my top 5 list. I think it's really good. Maybe Swarmkeeper should have been on my top 5 list as well. Second munitions in the board, mostly against Fae. 2 Grudge, 2 Gorilla Shaman. I want more hate for Affinity, but the sideboard's actually pretty tight. 2 Pyroblast, 2 Spider Silk Armor. Been really impressed with this card out of the sideboard. 2 Weather the Storm, and 2 Serene Heart. So let's just jam. Let's just try to write some people out. Let's go. All right, welcome to round 1 with Jund Gardens against Baladin. Would you like to play first? Yes. And we'll keep this. This hand looks fine. I think I'm leading Colony Gardens into Carnarium on 2. That just gets me my tokens going. I can also play Glimmer Baron on 2, then play Carnarium. So just seems like a great start. Then I can War Marshal on 3. Ooh, Synth with the Rebirth. This draw has been great. It's just Bumblebee here. We're doing it. I cannot have 6 because of Glimmer Baron in play now. So now I'm just going Garden, War Marshal, pass. Well, attack, obviously. Looks like we're against Jeskai Ephemerate. Garden. They can't bolt this. I think they definitely have bolt in hand. They were about to bolt, then they realized they couldn't. So we could just hit for 7 here, but I'd rather just wait. We can kind of go off next turn because we're going to have 4 tokens, and then we can make 3 more tokens. Oh, they're bolting Glimmer Baron post-combat. Save it. That doesn't seem good. They're just bolting a token, basically. But I guess they don't really have anything else to bolt. Yeah, right's top deck. Easy game. Not going to pay the Echo, I don't think. I could. But I think I'd rather just synth this turn, so I'm just going to say no. Jewel Thief. I think I lead on synth, and then I play Jewel Thief also if I want to. Let's play synth. I can also go Jewel Thief into Rebirth. Oh, there's a Sprout Swarm. I like it. So now I can do like everything here. They don't have Counterspell up. So I can go land, Jewel Thief, call Dotha Rebirth the synth, cast Sprout Swarm with buyback. I can do all of that. I won't get to most likely utilize the next card off synth, but it just puts so much stuff into play. I'm gonna do it. Jewel Thief, then Rebirth, sacking synth. And they concede. Nice. I don't think we had lethal quite yet. Let's see, we could have gone 3, tap these 3 tokens plus these 2, Sprout Swarm with buyback. And then we could have tapped that token plus plant, cast Sprout Swarm again. So we would have had 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we could have hit for 17 damage. So not quite lethal, but almost a lethal turn 4 through a bolt. But yeah, we just tokens them there. Nice. Pyroblast. I think that's all we want. Maybe another Makeshift Munitions is good. I think we can side out Jewel Thief just because it kind of just gets bolted in this matchup. And maybe one of the rights because they're going to have more removal. I think we'll try it like this. Let's go game 2. All right, welcome to game 2. We're going to keep this hand. This hand looks totally fine. Let's just lead Garden. Next turn I might play Garden Glimmer Baron. I'm not sure yet. Depends what they do. Cleansing Wildfire. Okay. I think I'm going to go Garden Glimmer Baron. Just get that down. Seems good to me. I have this mountain I can play next turn. Resolving Glimmer Baron's good because they can't really ever bolt Glimmer Baron. They could Galvanic Blast it, but I can make more tokens here. Another Colony Garden. So attack for 1. Then I think I just play Colony Garden, Ichor Wellspring. I think that's just the most efficient. I could play Mountain War Marshal, but I kind of like getting Wellspring down. They could play another Indestructible land and then Galv Blast the Glimmer Baron, but I'll just trade 2 tokens for Galv Blast. Fire. That's annoying. No real reason to sack here, but I guess just do it, whatever. Sometimes that deck plays 4 Fire Ice, which is kind of annoying. If I see another one, I'll just potentially bring in the Spider Silk Armor. Dawnbringer Cleric. Just gain 2 life. You got it. Bog can be pretty decent against them as well. They only have 4 cards left. Kind of like our position. They probably have Counterspell up, huh? If they block, I'm just going to sack the plant. I maybe should have played War Marshal first, huh? Because now they can just bolt this. I needed to play War Marshal there. I misplayed. Because if I played War Marshal first, they couldn't fire in response because then I could sack in response. So that's a pretty big mistake. Yep. Maybe you should have just left up Pyroblast there as well so they can't just cast the Muldrifter. Looks like... Oh, and they have Molly D Ephemerate. I think I just punted this game away. I realized that I should have played War Marshal right after I attacked. I am going to pay Echo here. Synth. I think I need to just Pyroblast the Molly D right now, as bad as it is. Then they can't Ephemerate it. I could wait for them to target. Then they could have Counterspell. I think I need to just do this. Having less removal is already feeling like it hurts. Like, maybe we still need the Lightning Bolts, or we could play some number of Galvanic Blast. You didn't miss much with the Cascade deck. We just got rolled. We're losing to Molly D Ephemerate here. Game 1 was pretty one-sided. Game 2 seems like it's pretty one-sided. Probably have Counterspell up. They have 8 cards in hand. I'm about ready to concede. Just go on to the next one. We'll keep playing though. Carnarium. If they have Counterspell, they probably should just counter that. Glimmer Baron. And I think I just Carnarium back. Colony Garden. I was thinking I could have bogged them, but I could also wait till next turn and try to bog both of their Ephemerates if they don't have like an Archaeomancer here. So I think this is actually a reasonable plan. We can just crack Synthesizer next turn. They have 10 cards in hand. Gross. Circle of Protection white? We don't have white in our deck. What? I don't get it. Abrade that. Circle of Protection white. Did they side in the wrong one? Or do they just have no idea what we're doing? That seems more likely. Start by cracking. We hit another synth. Gonna definitely play Bog this turn if I can. Ooh, a Swarmkeeper. Not bad. I'm kind of doing it here. I'm gonna Bog them now while they have double Ephemerate in the yard. Don't want to get Ephemerate locked. And I'm not going to attack with anything, I don't think. Could attack with just War Marshal. I kind of want another token. Seems good. Trigger my Swarmkeeper, get another token for Glimmer Baron, or just hit for 1. I guess this stops our samurai token from hitting them. I don't think so, Pumpkin Queen. I like the circle of protections. Our campments are back preordained. Well, we had a pretty timely bog there. We could still win this game. We just resolve a deadly dispute somehow. Another synth. Guess let's start with that. Synth is such a powerful card. Ooh, another Swarmkeeper. Cast that. Play Garden. I guess I can crack Synth first. Let's tap like this. Crack Synth. Trigger, trigger. Ooh. Aldotha Rebirth. I'm probably just going to cast that. Sacking the Wellspring. Then I get 2 more tokens. This doesn't trigger these 3 times, unfortunately, because it counts 1 or more, but it's still pretty good. Sack this. Draw and trigger, trigger. Ooh, Rites of Initiation. Let's go. Now I could attack with Glimmer Baron, Swarmkeeper, and War Marshal. I'm fine if War Marshal dies here. They can't double block this, really. It's also pretty cool if you could make tokens at instant speed with Deadly Dispute, Sacking Synth, Circle of Protection white. They target itself. Or they choose itself. I don't know what they're doing. Am I crazy? Is there some bug I don't know about? They concede the game. Did they realize this was cop white and they just were like, crap, I meant for this to be cop green, and then they just shame concede because of it? Or maybe they just could never beat Glimmer Baron. Bumblebee too strong? 1 mana a Tog? 1-0. Okay. Haven't lost a game yet. Let's go. Let's go round 2. All right, welcome to round 2. We're against a Adapto Terra. Really nice opponent, member of the Pauper community in the sense that they're pretty active in the Pauper community. We'll keep this hand. This hand looks good. Good munitions hand here. Ooh, are we against Fae? White Border Island, huh? Let's go Colony Garden. Blue-black Fae, maybe? Oh, blue-white. Is it Fams? It is Fams, okay. I can resolve munitions right now. Seems pretty good. Seems annoying for them. And then I can just keep playing my other good stuff after that. I think resolving this is just so important. This is always a pretty tough matchup, but it is close, I think. And they bounce the plant token while I'm tapped out. Sure. Didn't really cost us anything, and they just go Divination. Sprout Swarm. That's a good one. I think I go War Marshal Garden. Yeah, I like that. Just puts a lot of stuff into play. We can start drawing towards a Rites of Initiation and try to win that way. Melody Ephemerate. We don't know if they have the ephemerate yet. All right, they do. 7 cards in hand. I feel like I just need to kill the Mole Drifter. So I think I'm going to do that in response to Echo. So let's just go munitions, sack, and then sack. No. There's rights. Okay, nice. I need Swamp for Deadly Dispute, but I feel like it's more important just to play Wellspring this turn. I think that's more important. So they can ephemerate their Faithful just to put the ephemerate in the yard. Dawnbringer Cleric, kill munitions. Sure. It's good, but we're on the rights plan now. Also, I can go Jewel Thief, make a treasure, Deadly Dispute my Wellspring. So I really like playing the Ash Barrens there. Just seemed so much more efficient. Then snap a token, sure. Godpharaoh's Faithful, Preordain. They're at 27. So we're just going to continue to try to build up here. Going to go Jewel Thief into Deadly Dispute, into Jewel Thief into Ancestral here. Glimmer Baron, huh? Let's go Jewel Thief. Ancestral Recall. Second rights doesn't really do anything. Let's go Bumblebee, Mountain, Chromatic Star. They're down to 4 cards in hand. They're at 27, but I can start Sprout Swarming here. Deck's feeling good so far. This matchup's definitely not easy. We're going to have to go wide. Okay, they're not doing that much. Let's cast it. I think I'll just crack now to draw War Marshal. That's a sweet one. Good hit. And I can start swarming here. Swarm and swarm. Maybe this should be Jun Swarm. Could attack with Glimmer Baron, but I don't really want to have to sack 2 tokens right now if they just block with a Faithful. I could just let them block with a Faithful, or they take 1. Sure. Okay. Got in for a damage. Nice. Got him. Our opponent says there's also Bloodbriar in that deck, I hope. I'm going to say perhaps. Maybe we should play Bloodbriar instead of this, because we do not have it. Do I need to respond to that? I don't think so. If they find a prohibit, I have 2 Sprout Swarms, so I'm fine with them countering that. How do they do that? They send a little wizard's logo? Don't know how to do that. So they need a prohibit here, basically, or a counterspell. Looks like they don't have it. I think I just cast with buyback right now. I don't want to do the math. It's more important, I think, to play fast. So I'm just going to Sprout Swarm right now, like this. And then I'll just let the War Marshal go. Keep triggering Swarmkeeper. Opponent's at 30. Let's go Synth. Forest. Play it. Go Warriors indeed. That was a good game. Watched the game last night. Let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm just not going to attack with anything because then I can double Sprout Swarm this turn if the first one resolves, which I'm kind of expecting it to. Because if I attack with like just Swarmkeeper, I can't double Sprout Swarm. I have exactly enough mana. They do have 6 cards in hand. Nully D. I think I just Sprout Swarm right now. Did our Saprolings change? We have this weird one now. It's like a Groot Saproling. And I'll just cast this other one end of turn. Our Swarmkeeper's going off right now. We can't quite attack with everything and go for rights yet. Snap the Swarmkeeper. I'm fine if they want to just attack for 2. I'd rather make another token. Wait, oh, I should not have 6 here. Because I might want to sack something for Glimmer Baron. But I can continue swarming with both swarms. Swarming here and here. Nice little combo. There's a Carnarium. Let's go Swarmkeeper. I think I just go crack Synth. Forest. I don't think I care about that Forest. I think I just play Carnarium. I think that's better. Getting that Forest into play just doesn't do anything. So I can attack with just Glimmer Baron or Glimmer Baron and Jewel Thief. Doesn't really matter. They probably have counters here too. I think I'm just gonna just attack with Baron. Maybe just nothing. I'll just attack with this. Wait, let's go cast it buyback. And then sack one. Just in case, just so we have a little bit more mana to work with. Sack. And they're snapping the Baron. Oh, Ghostly Flicker those two. Yeah, this is where no removal really hurts us. So we can Ash Barrens for Swamp. Keep Sprout Swarming. But I think they're going to just kind of gain an insurmountable advantage here soon. Yeah, it's the problem. They still have 7 cards in hand. Double Sunscape. They might even be able to go infinite. But clock is a huge factor, so definitely can't concede. Four of a kind Seagate Oracle. Tranquil Cove. No attacks from our opponent. Get swamp. Could have not tapped our black source, but I have a swamp in hand, so I thought it was fine. Okay, triple rights. I think I'm just going to go for it next turn. I could have attacked with Swarmkeeper too. Again, I haven't done the math here. I just don't think I have time. I think I'd rather just play fast. When I have another Ghostly Flicker. No. Okay, pass. I also wanted to leave up 2 mana to make it look like we could have a Deadly Dispute. It's possible that they don't have that much left. They could have run out of gas, but no, they find Ephemerate. So can they go infinite with Snap here? I think they can. Pretty much. They get Ghostly Flicker, Evoke Moly-D, and then Ghostly Flicker. 2 things. They're also at 49. They should have like the deterministic win at this point. Snap the Glimmer Baron. Okay. Attack for 2. Classic fams. Do like a million actions and then like attack for 2 or attack for 4. I can do one more. Okay. Let's go Wellspring. Swarmkeeper, huh? I think I go for the attack with all here. I could go for one more Sprout Swarm turn. Should have left one more green up. I can't cast both of these. Glimmer Baron. I'm going to go for one more Sprout Swarm turn and then go for it next turn. I think they can snap my entire board though, right? I think they need second Archaeomancer to be able to snap my entire board. Plus, I can sack a token when they try to snap it. I'm not sure if I can hit for enough damage because they're at 55 and they can gain more life. I've only drawn one Deadly Dispute, which is kind of rough. Next turn, I'm going to go for the all-out attack. Can I cast 2 more Sprout Swarms? Probably. This takes a long time, though. Could cast one more, but I don't think I want to. Colony Garden. It's just attack with everything. They might be able to just counter all these rights by flickering this. And getting back counter spells every time. So I'm not gonna have enough for lethal, but I can go for a smaller. I can go for smaller rights. I can rights for 3. What if I rights for, if I go for rights, if it resolves, if I go for it for 6, then I have what? 6 times 7, 43. I think that's actually enough. Oh, and I have the Jewel Thief. Yeah, so I think if rights for 6 resolves, they die. But now I'm not sure, because now it's for less. Ephemerate on that. They have another prohibit. Okay, so we die. So now I'm just going to cast with buyback. F6. Just basically trying to catch up on time here. They can go infinite life with snap now, but then that also takes a lot of time. And this matchup could certainly come down to time. So I'm not going to concede just because they can loop. They were not dead to rights, unfortunately. Now they have second bounce land for the snap. They attack for 4. And I can just crash in with everything. Might as well. Oops, I sequenced that incorrectly. Obviously was supposed to Swarmkeeper first. Doesn't matter, I don't think. Oh, did I not even sack something to Glimmer in last turn? I don't think I did. I'm just going to F6 their turn. Even though they could stat my tokens, I think time is more important. It takes me a long time to do these Sprout Swarms over and over, so I think that's more important. I guess I can Sprout Swarm end of turn here, might as well. 4th Faithful. 8 cards in hand. They have a lot of blockers. Flashback, Deep Analysis, gain 1. Go to 10 cards in library. Once they find second Archaeomancer, they go infinite. They go to 8 cards in library, 11 cards in hand. We got Famsed for sure. Let's just do this now. And then F6. They can do whatever they want. Snapping the Baron. And then they discard. Okay, now we're cooking. Drawing a ton. Just do stuff for fun. Jewel Thief. Baron, Baron. Prohibit the Baron, sure. They want to play around like a fling somehow by doing this. Just slam. We're not dead on the crackback yet, so we have like a couple more turns. Yo, Atom Bomb, what's up? All right, they have us next turn. Meyer back, whatever. Then go see Flicker, get some prohibits, and go see Flicker's back, I assume. Yep. Gain a bunch of life each time they do that. They can just take here even. Yeah, that Cascade league was brutal. This league's going a little bit better. We're 1-0 in the league, and then we're about to go down a game to FAMs. And then they just attack with Muldrifter to kill us. Post board, we get to bring in... We could bring in Spider Silk Armor. I don't know if they have Sage's Row Denizen. So maybe they can't win if we have this. I guess they can try to bounce our entire board. We definitely want Pyroblast. Munitions is great. It's funny because Weather the Storm is good against their clock, but I'm not going to do that now. Maybe for game 3, but I don't think I want to do that right now. I feel like Spider Silk Armor is not good enough. We could just side out like one Sprout Swarm and the Jewel Thieves for these 3. I think I like this. Deadly Dispute is just too good to pass up, but I could see a version like you cut Chromatic Star, or you play like Lightning Bolt, cut Deadly Dispute, play like another random creature, but I think the Deadly Dispute version is just better. Let's try this. Cascade does not hit the smaller side of those adventure spells. That's like the point of the deck, basically. 0 lands, ship it, keep this, put back forest or mountain? Forest. Opponent's on the mulligan as well. Just up about a minute here on time. I'm not up that much on time. Just gonna Carnarium on 2. Bounce Garden. Do I lead on Synth next turn or do I just wait? I think I just wait at least one turn. Yeah, now we'll just go Chromatic Star, Garden, pass. Next turn probably just lead on Synth, and then we'll just leave up Pyroblast. Ooh, they're just going Divination. I didn't think they would do that. Synth, Glimmer Baron, Cycle Ash Barrens, get Swamp, play Mountain. Okay. This looks reasonable. Snap the Baron. Wonder if I just counter this. I don't think so. They're gonna just cast like a Mold Drifter after this. Just Pyroblast that. I guess they can have Hydro, or no, yeah, they're just going cast Mold Drifter. Okay. I'm glad I didn't counter the snap. Log War Marshal, that's actually a good one. War Marshal, Baron, Swamp that they know about. Sprout Storm with buyback right now. Pass. We're doing okay here. We have no extra Hydro or no extra Pyro up, but they don't know that. And our board is getting pretty massive here. There's a Sunscape into nothing, okay. They could have Prohibit up. Let's go for Cast with Buyback though. Can just tap this Carnarium or tap these 1-drops. I think I just tap my creatures, keep all my mana available. Let this go. Another War Marshal. Could lead on cracking Chromatic Star. Seems fine. Now I think I crack Synth. Another War Marshal. Furnace. Cast. They could have a snap for the Glimmer Baron, but there's nothing I can do about that. So if they go block and then have another snap, so be it. Okay, they're taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 18, 19 damage, not enough. Okay, chip for 1. Just pass. We can go for an end of turn Sprout Swarm with buyback. They have a Chancery though. Okay, well I'm glad I didn't go for it last turn. Solves. I have 4 cards left. Deep Analysis. Oh, Archaeomancer. Get back Snap. No, get back Preordain, sure. Let's see what they go. Bottom, bottom. Okay, that's a start. Sure if I want to attack with everything this turn or not. We'll see what we draw. Right. So if they go block, 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 I get him with 4 creatures, but I can only rights for 4. It's not enough. But I could kill their whole board too. Let's attack. They have to have the Prohibit here, or negate. do? Blue blast. Okay. At least we can resolve these things. I think I'll hold this extra land in hand. For an extra rights if we draw it. Yeah, maybe they sided in the Denizen here. We have 3 cards left. Echo. All right, let's go for another Sprout Swarm. They have the Prohibit. Okay. Could just pay. I don't think I want to. I think I'd rather have a token. I have 2 cards left. Wellspring. Deadly Dispute? Not quite. Bog. Okay, Bog is actually a good one. They can kill 2 tokens. I'm getting in for some damage. I think it's worth. They're blocking there. No, they don't want to do that. They do? They don't care about Sage's Row Denizen? I don't understand. That was weird. They just don't care about the Sage's Row right now? Preordain. Bogging them could be huge. Well, the Stream Decker probably doesn't have the new cards programmed in yet or something. That's probably why it's not there. Do I lead on Star? I think I do. Star sack. Synth. Let's go synth. Okay, we're kind of doing it. Deadly Dispute. Let's go. Ancestral. Nice. Sprout Swarm. There's rights. Plus another Ancestral. It's just kind of gross. Ancestral Recall, hell of a card, huh? Do I bog the main phase? I could also play Ichor Wellspring. I think I just attack with everything, try to rights them. They need a counter. They only have 2 cards. All right, let's go cast rights. Nice. That was a sweet turn. We just did so much that turn. We just drew Ancestral into Ancestral. And then ended up with 6 cards in hand, cast rights. That was like the picture perfect example of this deck, you know, humming right there. That was like functioning on all, like firing on all cylinders is what I'm trying to say. Okay, we're down a minute on clock. Sick. That was sweet. Yeah, just ancestral, ancestral. Oh, look, 6, 7 cards in hand. How do we want to sideboard? Same sideboard plan. The Pyroblast on the Muldrifter was huge. That was just critical. Muldrifter is such a key card for that deck. Jewel Thief does seem bad in this matchup. Most of our sideboard doesn't really do anything. It's actually kind of funny, but Arms of Adar could be interesting because they go like block, 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 and then I go Arms like Wrath Your Board after their stuff took one from all our tokens. Just gonna try to win. All right, 8 minutes to 9. Snap keep this. Sounds great. Opponent's on the mulligan to 6. I'm going to F6 their turn 1. I'm going to try to play as fast as I can. Opponent's on the mulligan to 5 here. Doesn't really matter. Fans can get out of mulligans real quick, but clock being a factor is certainly relevant. Just going to play a turn 2 Ichor Wellspring here. Turn 3 Kuldotha Rebirth. Probably just play the Mountain to play around any random artifact removal spell that they might have, so they don't just take us down a land this early. Send a message. All right, there's Swarmkeeper. Probably going to go Swarmkeeper into Rebirth, and then maybe try to kill with rights next turn. Swarmkeeper, Rebirth. There's a Munitions. Just pass with Pyro up. If they tap out, they might just lose. Sunscape into Evoke Molly D. So I have to do the math real quick because I could go Pyro, Seagate Oracle. They have one blocker for this. I get through with 4 creatures. I use the Pyroblast, and then I draw a card, and then I use rights for 5. And they block here. They take 18 damage and lose their Sunscape. I think I just counter this, and then I can just win the game like the fair way. Another Deadly Dispute. No, because I was, if I use the Pyro, oh, I could have rights for 5. Did I do the math wrong? I was thinking it was rights for 4. No. Shit, I could have won. But now I don't really want to go for it because I can get blown out. Can just try to find lands with these synths, I guess. 3 creatures get through. Rights for 5. 15, 16, 17. It's so annoying. I think I had to win. Now if I lose, it's going to be frustrating. I think I did the math wrong. Oh no, not like this. I have the Ephemerate. Oh, man, this is brutal. Still might just be fine. Another Rebirth. Definitely going to want to cast that, but I think I cast Deadly Dispute first. Another land we can play. It's not bad. And a Sprout Swarm. land. If they go block, 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 I can rights for 7. It's not enough. But I also kill their entire board. I can just do a smaller rights. And then they don't get to ephemerate anything. And if they don't, they die. See what they do here. This will be interesting. I was feeling the time pressure. I guess they could have counterspell. So be it. They could have snap. They could have a lot. I think I just go though. Maybe I would just let this, maybe I would just let that happen. Okay, now I just writes for 2. They have the counter. So that's a blowout. Oh no, I threw this game. Guess I can go star into rebirth right now. Can also go deadly dispute into rebirth. So frustrating. Now they get to draw more cards and probably kill me. This deck is tough to play, but I just was I was like thinking I only get through with 3 creatures, but if I just pyro, let the evoke Moe-D resolve, pyro the Seagate Oracle, untap, rights, they die. But maybe did they still have 1 mana up? Did they still have the blue blast? For the rights? Maybe. I'm not 100% sure. They mire. Get back a Moe-D. Snap the Swarmkeeper. They have Moe-D on top. Only have 3 minutes 40 on my clock. Just lead Bogyu. Synth. Already played the land. Play munitions. I think I played this. Mog War Marshal. Misplayed that turn too, but it's trying to play fast. Okay, and then I just go for double Sprout Swarm end of their turn. I feel like I've just been playing pretty loose overall recently. When I played that Elves League recently, I made a lot of mistakes. Making mistakes now. Nothing I can do about it though. I might be able to win with munitions depending on what happens, but they're getting too big of an advantage here. Cast Mole Drifter, 6 cards in hand. Can go Deadly Dispute on my turn as well. Nice. We hit a Swarmkeeper. Let's cast it. Garden. Glimmer Baron. Already played a land. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Two minutes on my clock, just not enough time. I have Ghostly Flicker here. Or just the Ephemerate. Do we already know about that? Might be another one. Sproutsworm just takes so long. I should have just been more careful. Oh my god, no. Please. I can try to munitions them out still. I have to resolve it though. And Archaeomancer for a Fem. I think that's just it. They still have to kill me though. I'm at 20. So I can start F6ing pretty soon and just not Sprout Swarming. Probably want to do that or I'm in a timeout. Just one more. Can attack with everything too. What? Oh, I skipped my combat. Duh, I cannot attack with everything. Okay. Just gonna do some of these now so I can have 6. Only have a minute left. Should only do like 1 or 2 more maybe. So they have the Ghostly Flicker. So they can Ghostly Flicker, Stonehorn, and Archaeomancer. Infinite, right? I have 1 more munitions. I think I just go for time at this point. We'll see. They can probably, they have 4 minutes still. They can probably just kill us. Oh, I have a stop still. One minute to 3 minutes 50. It's just enough time probably for them. All right, I have a Pyro. So I probably shouldn't F6. But I can just remove all my stops and then just try to Pyro something. Could have Pyroed that. They have Ghostly Flicker in hand still, right? They have Ephemerate still, so they can just get that back. This doesn't actually work. Oh, and they have Prohibit. Pretty sure I'm not going to be able to win on time. Ooh, there's the munitions. Okay. I'm going to be passing the turn a couple times, and then I'm going to just try to play munitions when they think I'm just going to F6. They can attack for 4 here. They're not attacking. Interesting. They have to discard. They're not going for damage? Why don't they just attack? Oops. I think they're going for time. I'm going to just try to cast munitions on my next turn and then cast rights. I guess rights doesn't do anything. They're making me skip combat. Kind of coming back on time, though. Because they haven't been attacking with Molly D. I'm going to have to discard. I don't know how many more combats I have to skip. What a good game we got here, right? I'm going for it. They don't need to make me skip this many combats, right? They should have been attacking, I think. Sounded like my neighbor just crashed into something outside, maybe their garage, I'm not sure. Can't check it now, though. How are they going to win? They're also going to mill out. Come on. What a match we got. 22 seconds to 32. I'm ahead. They should have gone for the attack win. They didn't realize my clock skills are legendary. This is peak gameplay. This is top tier Pauper gameplay.
Listen, it's not how you start, it's how you finish, and you finished in style.
You know me saying, lad, I'm a Scouser. We don't get knocked out. Hey, I take that all day.
They could have won that. They just didn't attack with Mole Drifter. They had 3 Mole Drifters out. It would have only been like a couple attacks. I think sometimes when you're in these high pressure time situations, you just focus in on something and they were like, okay, I need to keep ghostly flickering or they're going to attack me and kill me. But I think what they could have done when they were at like 3 minutes, they could have just gone, okay, ghostly flicker like 6 times because it only costs 1 mana. So they go ghostly flicker, like make me skip like 6 combats and then just go, okay, untap, attack with all 3 Mole Drifters. Pass, untap, attack with all 3 Mole Drifters, and just keep doing that. But they didn't. It's hard to think about everything. Especially when I'm literally taking no time. That 3 minutes goes by real quick. And they did have to do the ghostly flicker loop a couple times. But, whew. Alright, let's see. Stop on our main phase, there begin combat. on blocks. I don't know if I stop on both there. Don't need to stop on their second main phase in both end steps. And I think that's good enough. Always have to reset. Okay, so also one thing to note with when you're going for a CLOAKWOOD like that, see these little triangles if you don't know Magic Online that well? This determines where you automatically stop in each of these steps throughout the turn. And you can lock this so you can't change it, or you can unlock it. It's kind of right behind my head here. So I keep it unlocked. And then when I need to stop on my upkeep, for example, during I want to play a spell on their upkeep, I just add a stop and then play the spell. But you can just remove all those little triangles, remove all your stops, and then just start F6ing, and you won't really take any time off your clock. It's the best strategy for trying to win by time. Whew, 2-0. See everybody for round 3. That was crazy. All right, after that exciting, time battle in round 2 against Blinkmoth Nexus, would you like to play first? Snap keep. I love the Colony Garden plus Rakdos Carnarium synergy. It gives you all your colors. It starts making a bunch of tokens. I just really like it. I'm probably going to go War Marshal here on 2. Looks like we just might be playing against Affinity. I could go Carnarium on 2, War Marshal on 3, untap, dispute my own War Marshal. Convince myself. Let's go. I'm not going to send a message this time. We have 3 rights of initiation to win. Who's the Deadly Dispute deck now? It's us. It's us. Okay, so we go Echo, and then we dispute our own War Marshal. Nice. Did want to make that play at least once this league, so stoked we got to. Not going to pay Echo. Now I think I want to rebirth away my treasure token. I could go Great Furnace, rebirth that away, and play War Marshal. That gives me 5 more bodies. So I go up to 9 bodies, and then I can Sprout Swarm with buyback twice. That's sweet. Can I attack for 1? I can, right? Because then I go Sprout Swarm with buyback. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, I can't. Then I'm 1 short, so I can't attack. Maybe this deck wants the... Oh my god. Oh god. All right. That sucks. The game 1 Shaman, they just have it. Brutal. I can't even cast this other called Author Rebirth now. It's feeling so good. Man. That was rough. I knew I should have freaking played Bog on that last turn. I was like, if they go untap land Blood Fountain exactly, they can get this back. Guess I just Bog them anyway and force them to Blood Fountain back just this, but we're going to lose this game now. They might do it anyway. Maybe we can just hold on to Bog. Hmm. They might just get this back regardless. I'm not sure. And then they're probably going to side in additional shamans. Bargain. Maybe they just tap out of Blood Fountain, man. I thought they were just passing the Blood Fountain up because they had nothing to do, but they actually had a double Ancestral Recall. Guess I have to just chump. Can't really afford to take 8. We have some sideboard hate too. Not as much as we'd really like, but jeez. Affinity is just the best deck. There's no question about it. Just got wrecked there. Guess I could have kept fighting. Could have like rebirthed my star, start swarming slowly, but yeah. Dang. All right, let's do these. These. I think that's all that I want. Can side out. Jewel Thief maybe just should not be in the deck. 1 Rights, 1 Sprout Swarm. I don't think I want second munitions. I don't want Pyro. Serene Heart's not good. Arms of Hadar is interesting if they have Frogmites, but they played Enforcer, Gurmag. They may have cut that. 2 Grudge with the good art, 2 Shaman, good art, good border. We got this. I like siding out of Rights because they're going to bring in more cart clans. It's going to be harder for us to Rights kill them. All right, let's go. Just going to Ash Barrens on turn 1. I may not even Gorilla Shaman on 1. It's just so tempting to do so. Probably just am supposed to. But if they go any other untap land, kill Shaman, it's pretty annoying, but I feel like it's got to be worth. They need another untap land plus Gal Blast. Otherwise, they just don't get to do anything next turn. I'll probably just go Wellspring on my next turn. All right, they go tap land. Swarmkeeper. Could get super greedy. I could pass with Deadly Dispute up. And then Deadly Dispute my Shaman when they kill it. I kind of like that. They have to kill Shaman, right? I'm gonna go for that. It's a little bit of a greedy line, but I think it's just so much value. I don't get to hit a land drop right now, but I only get 1 draw towards it if I play Ichor Wellspring. I think they're just gonna Gal Blast this. Okay. Got punished. I can still just Deadly Dispute my Shaman though. They need a Gal Blast for it. They obviously know I have Deadly Dispute now. I got punished for the line that I went for, but still feel like it was good. I don't know. Another Shaman. That's good. So I can go cycle Ash Barrens for Forest, Swarmkeeper. Probably going to want to get Forest and played here. Then I could just play Mog War Marshal right now. That seems pretty good. Having the other Gorilla, drawing the other Gorilla Shaman was really good, obviously. Old Boiler Weather the Storm is on Magic Online, but it's like 5 ticks, so I cheaped out on that one. Oh, but I have the token right now, so I could play it. Punted. Exclamation point. Punt. Add to the punt count on the day. Swarmkeeper into War Marshal. Trigger. Now they can just go Galvblast the Swarmkeeper, but that allows potentially my Gorilla Shaman to resolve this one. I kind of want to wait on this one. Maybe they'll play multiple untap lands. Yeah. I probably should have just gone for the Wellspring. If they just kill the Gorilla Shaman, so be it. I just thought they were going to like 100%. Okay, doing nothing. Just let that go. Munitions. I think I want to go Wellspring into Rebirth. Kind of force them to have a Cart Clan Shaman. Plus I get to draw 2 towards another land. Right. Okay. Not a land, but potential win next turn. All right, opponent going off. Obviously don't want to see a Shaman. Cannonade. Okay. Well, I can just kill 2 of their lands here. Glimmer Baron. It's going to have to wait. Still have 7 cards, though, but we still have 6 cards. They still have to kill this Shaman, most likely. We also have 2 Ancient Grudges in our deck. Okay, they play a tap land and like a Wellspring or something? Sure. Ancient Grudge. Nice. It would be an interesting line to go Grudge right now, but I think a better line is to go Star, Rebirth, Baron. Set up a win for next turn with rights. A little late on the Swarmer there. The Swarmkeeper. I think we Glimmer Baron. Plays around Wrath a little bit. Because we can just sack all of our tokens to Glimmer Baron and save itself. We're a little mana screwed here. We've only drawn 3 lands out of the top third of our deck. Galvblast that. I think I let that resolve. I would have to trade 2 Goblin tokens for it. Maybe that is worth it. I'm just thinking if I can have lethal. Let's do the math correctly here. I can rights for 5. So that's over 20 damage if they don't play a creature. I think I just let it go considering that I have the rights. Okay, so now they're just dead. Ooh. Munitions, the Shaman. So it's only 18 damage, but then I can just untap munitions, ping you for 1. So I just go for it. Oh no, but then I can't, I have to cast munitions, damn. Damn. Because yeah, rights for 5 puts them to 1. But I'm discarding my entire hand. You think that was the right play? Nice one. I could just go Swarmkeeper into War Marshal right now. Attack for 3. Just makes sense to me. I guess I can kill this. But now then they can untap and kill my Swarmkeeper. Let's just save the Ancient Grudge for like a Mirror Enforcer at this point. They might be scared of this Swarmkeeper also, so... It's just crazy when you draw like multiple hate cards against Affinity and they're just like, oh, this is fine. I'm doing good. Galvanic Blast that. Enforcer. They have 2 mana up. So let War Marshal go. Glimmer Baron. I don't want an Ancient Grudge right now, that's for sure, because then they can just sack stuff to munitions. I think I'm just playing Glimmer Baron and passing with Grudge up. I could play Synthesizer to start my turn. I'm gonna do that. Could easily hit a land here. We have what? 15 lands left in our deck. So we're like 40% or so to hit a land. Deadly Dispute. All right, well, I'm just gonna Ancestral now. Rebuke. Okay. Not quite working out. Just really need them to tap out here, but we don't even have enough cards in hand anymore because they countered our draw spell. Deck is just so insane. We do have Frogmites. Still, Arms of Adar is pretty clunky, I feel like, in the matchup. There's another land, finally. Now I feel like I should just go Munitions pass. Don't really like getting into like a Munitions fight, but I guess I can go Munitions Glimmer Baron pass. No, I don't think that's good because if I just go Ancient Grudge, Frogmite, they just go sack it in response to munitions, kill a Goblin token, and then I'm like, oh, I don't really do anything now. Yeah. They sack a Great Furnace. And we were so close to winning. We were 1 point off lethal. And then they just turned the corner on us. And there's a Shaman. I think that just seals our fate for the most part. Maybe instead of the 2 Jewel Thieves, we can just play like 2 Galvanic Blast or something. And they're sacking itself to Deadly Dispute. That's kind of gross. All munitions, one of their Frogmites. So it dies to the Shaman trigger. I think they pinged us. Okay, well now I can go kill both your creatures, but not sure that's going to be enough anymore. Just crazy, draw 3 hate cards, doesn't matter. I mean, there's no question about that this is just the best deck. Maybe they somehow tap out and then I don't even know. I guess I could, I don't even know what I can draw. I think I'm just dead. Just too many wraths. I guess I should have just hit for damage there. I should have just hit for 7 last turn. Maybe not, because this is forcing them to sack artifacts to kill these. I think I missed 1 sack. I don't think it's that relevant though. If they had a Gallblast, they could kill the Glimmer Baron anyway. Synth, we cannot cast the second half. I can get a little greedy here and just go like ping you by sacking Synth. Try to hit it like a mountain. We hit rights. Pass the turn. Yeah, I think the problem with Affinity is honestly the card advantage. The card advantage is just too strong. It's just so easy for them to draw their entire deck. And then sure, we played some hate spells early, but then they just draw out of it and then they just do this. Because their threats all cause 0 mana, it's like they just draw, and then deploy all these crazy threats. No shame to lose to Affinity. It's the best deck. Yeah, they just drew what 5 cards that turn, and then played 0 mana 4/4, 0 mana 4/4, 0 mana 2/2, 1 mana 5/5, and had munitions out the whole time. 17 cards left in library. We drew Gorilla Shaman, Ancient Grudge, just didn't matter. So is what it is. Again, I think these Jewel Thieves are not that good. It just is the most expensive card in the deck. It's not doing enough. We could play Thorn of the Black Rose. We could play 4th Glimmer Baron. Maybe cut like 1 War Marshal, play a couple copies of Galvanic Blast, or just Lightning Bolt. That might be better. 2-1. Still been a fun league so far. Let's go round 4. All right, 2-1. We're against Parallax. Would you like to play first? Keep this hand. This has some ancestrals, so looks fine. Parallax, I think, plays a lot of FAMs these days. They used to only play Tron, but my guess is it's FAMs. Let's get Forest. I think I actually play Swamp, even though they know about Forest, because I may want to play a tap land next turn. Pass. Looks like it is FAM. Yeah, it looks like it's FAMs. Okay. Parallax is a good player. They play very, very fast. Okay. So I want to get on board as much as possible, but I also want to be mana efficient. So I can go Rebirth my Wellspring. Maybe Rebirth my Wellspring plus play Glimmer Baron is just enough pressure that it's worth it. Because I don't use all my mana. I could go Forest, Deadly Dispute. Can also just go Rebirth plus play second Wellspring. Play Glimmer Baron the next turn. I think that's actually better. I think it's better to be mana efficient because I'm not going to be sacking a bunch of tokens to this yet anyway. So let's just start on Rebirth here. Jewel Thief. I could also have bogged them. Ooh, there's rights. Maybe we just kill. I can rights for 6 next turn. So I can't kill quite yet. Because they can block. If they don't block, then they die. If they don't play another blue spell. If they go like bounce land and then no blocks, they die. Ooh, but I also have Deadly Dispute to draw additional cards. So attack with all. Then I just go Deadly Dispute, rights, kill you. Okay, I'm not going to rights now. So it's just hit for 2. Now I think I like Jewel Thief, Glimmer Baron, Gardens. That puts 3 more creatures in play. And then next turn I can Deadly Dispute. Instead of Gardens, I can also go Bog. Then they can't flash back a Deep Analysis. They get 1 more blocker, sure. I think I'm going to stick with the first line. This gives me just 3 more attackers for next turn. It would have been good also to resolve Deadly Dispute, but I mean, I think resolving all these creatures is good. I don't think I want to start with Synth that turn. I can play Synth later. It's also pretty tempting for them to tap out here, but it looks like they're not going to. Now I might lead on Synth. Ooh, a War Marshal? But then I can't cast Rights. I don't want to get Rights countered. I also don't really want Deadly Dispute to get countered. But I think it's worth starting on Dispute. Because then maybe I can resolve a rights. Okay, it just resolves. So I have 6 attackers. They have 2 blockers. I get through with 4 creatures. But they could have so much interaction here. Don't even really want to rights right now. I think I just attack with these 2. Attack with everything. I'm just so worried about like Snap. They've had so much card selection already. I just don't think it's good to go for it. I'm just going to play creatures main 1. See if they counter this. They also didn't even flashback Deep Analysis, so they have to have interaction. I'm going to play Bog here, I think. Counterspell. Okay, so now I just Bog them. And then I can just attack for 1. If they want to block here, I can just trade 2 tokens for that. Could have attacked with Jewel Thief as well, but it's kind of just a free block. Okay. We're in a reasonable spot here. This bog was kind of clutch. Because they had the deep analysis in graveyard again, we knew they had to have interaction. Like they were just scared of us, you know, going for something like rights, killing them. They're like, I'm just going to pass with counter / snap / whatever up, see what they do, and just leave up the interaction. So that is not the time you want to just go for rights, because even if they could have even potentially let it resolve, gone like snap, and then we have no cards in hand, then we lose. So didn't like that. Okay. Now let's lead on synth. They're going to prohibit. Looks like it. They're at 21. Now let's just go star. Now I just might as well go attack with everything. I can rights for 3 here. Because I draw a card off star. They have snap or something. Ephemerate. Oh my god. Whew. That was sweet. Right for 3. Real close, real close. Bams is not easy. This deck is sweet. What did I side out? I think we might want to keep rights in. Did I side out 1 Sprout Swarm? It's good against counters, but it's a little clunky. My War Marshal actually seems decent. That was sick. Come on, that was sick. I think I'm just gonna side like this. Let's go. Jewel Thief, yeah, 3 mana, 3/3. Got us that extra power that we needed. I think this just might be a mulligan. We can slowly play Colony Gardens, but that's all we do. Munitions is good. We have no red source in hand. Might just be worth, because I go Garden, turn 2 Garden, turn 3 Sprout Storm with buyback. And that's if we don't draw any red sources. Maybe this is just a mulligan, but maybe we need to be more aggressive than this in this matchup. Not sure. This hand's obviously not good, but I also don't like to mulligan. Well, that makes it better. All right, they need snap, basically. Faithful. Chromatic Star. That's actually a good draw. Let's go land, Chromatic Star. Oh, they're F6? They should not have F6 here. Ooh, another Swarm. I need to use my red mana right now, unfortunately. I think I need to play War Marshal. It also is better with Sprout Swarm. They can't block this now. Otherwise, I will cast a Sprout Swarm. Oh, I just fucked up by attacking with these plants. Well, it didn't matter. They didn't block. Whew. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna stand with these plants, scare them. Okay, Stonehorn Dignitary, sure. Just gonna let War Marshal go because I want to play second Swarmkeeper here. We skip our combat. They're not close to like infinitely flickering this by any means. Should I cast with buyback right now? I think so. Okay. We have a 7/7 and a 4/4. This card seems legit, honestly. It seems better than Glimmer Baron to me. Okay, they have Ephemerate. And Evoke Moly D. That's how scared they were. They could have gone Moly D Ephemerate, but they didn't. Just gonna do this while they're tapped out. So they make us skip our next combat. They're gonna have to start looping soon here. Archaeomancer for Ephemerate. I think that does it, but I do have this Munitions that I can cast at some point here. Because of the Convoke, it just like takes a long time to cast this no matter what you do. So we never had a red source, but we're kind of like doing a lot. It's just not a lot when we can't ever attack. I'm shocked they didn't go Moly D Ephemerate there. And just try to survive one attack. Maybe they just thought they didn't need to. If they could set this up, then we can't win. But we do have Munitions that we can try to resolve. They do have us, we can never attack, but we can still potentially resolve Munitions. Meyer back Moly D, that makes sense. That's why I also need to make as many tokens as I can because of Munitions. They could easily have Hydro though. Now they just need any counterspell for this. Pretty crazy that we haven't drawn a red or a black source. We only drew one star. Wish I resolved this now, but War Marshal also helped us get going on the Sprout Swarm. So they have Ephemerate in hand. Yeah, I have to keep casting these. Okay. There's another uncastable. Jeez. Parallax is a fast player and a solid player. They 5-0 a bunch. They play a ton. So I'm not expecting them to make any mistakes on these loops, but just the chance that they have a counter is so high. I need like multiple counter backups. It's going to be tough. Cast another Mole Drifter. Tranquil Cove, go to 24. We can also potentially set up something where it's like we cast munitions, they counter, they don't have enough mana, then we like are able to resolve a rights or something. But I guess we can't attack ever, so maybe not. Might be worth it to stop doing this at some point because I don't want to take too much time for a probable game 3. Okay, let's get red mana. Definitely don't want to go for like munitions right now. So I think I just go for Rebirth. There's another Wellspring. Play Wellspring. War Marshal. Don't have to discard yet. Once they find like a Ghostly Flicker or something, it's going to get really bad for us. But right now, they're only able to just... They keep having to target Archaeomancer and Stonehorn with Ephemerate right now. Let's see, Preordain. One bottom, one top. Preordain. It's probably what they topped. Once they find Ghostly Flicker, I think it's over. But maybe they forget and make us, and they don't remember to make us skip a combat or something. Modern Age, sure. Next turn, I'm probably just leading on Synth. I think they did make us skip another combat, if I'm not mistaken. They definitely play familiar. They might only play 3. They might have 4, though. Cast a couple more of these, why not? I think I'm fine on time. I have 15 minutes on my clock. The first game was quick. Can still try to win this. Again, we can try to go for a big turn where we overload, but it's just gonna get harder and harder. Cast one more. Guess I can cast one more. Might as well. Okay. We have a 1 mana 30/30. Not bad. Although it's not really doing anything right now. They definitely have Prohibit. They're not F6'd. Rebirth. Can't cast it. I think I stop Sprout Swarming now for time. We might need to keep doing it though because of munitions if we ever resolve that. I don't know how we're going to. Multiple pyro backups, I guess. We also don't have that many more turns because we're losing to Molly D's. So just bear with me here. I wish you could do this a little bit faster. I'll yield to this. Program can't quite handle this. Yeah, we need more red sources. We need pyros. We need a lot more stuff before we like go for it. But we're gonna die soon, so. They have 6 cards in hand. Like their hand is probably just all counters. This is one of the most I've Sprout Swarmed in a game for sure. I'm just gonna cast another one. Okay. Go to our turn. Deadly Dispute. We actually can't cast it. I'm not going to Sprout Storm anymore, though. Now, for sure. Maybe we do want one fling now. Because it's actually almost easier to get CLOAKWOOD Swarmer up to a big thing. Plus we have Glimmer Baron also. So maybe one fling is worth, or at least like a wedding invitation. I know their Locky is out of combat, but maybe one wedding invitation or one fling or one of each also seems good. One wedding invitation does seem solid. Maybe we play that over the thing. Okay, there's second munitions. Oh, so we just die right now for their flyers. Okay. I forgot about this. Thought we had one more turn. That was so weird. I mean, I kept like a 3 green source hand with no other sources of mana, but we drew half our deck and we only drew one other multicolor, one other non-green source, which is just kind of crazy. All right, let's run it back. I think what made Fling bad the first time is that I basically could never get Glimmer Baron up to big enough to be a big enough creature to fling for lethal. And it was just a dead draw in too many spots. It's not like a Tog where it's easy to make it a lethal, like a big enough creature. So I think that's why fling wasn't good enough originally. But I definitely don't hate like cut both Jewel Thief for sure. And then maybe cut one rights, play one Wedding Invitation, or maybe just keep 3 rights, play 3 rights, 1 fling, and 1 Wedding Invitation. Or we could do like double Wedding Invitation, double rights, 1 fling. We could always play second Munitions main as well. Munitions is pretty strong. That's another reason I just felt like that Munitions was usually better than fling. Like if you have munitions, then you're just going to be able to win without damage anyway. And it's good against Fae. It's good at controlling the board, where fling is like more of like a one-time combo kill piece. So there's definitely some other stuff we can do. Looks like Parallax is taking a break before game 3. Let's pause and wait for game 3 here. All right, game 3, would you like to play first? Yes. Keep this. Just going to take it a little slow here. I don't think I want to turn 1 Rebirth. Maybe I do. I can also turn 1 Synth, turn 2 sack Rebirth, the sack Synth to Rebirth. Let's just go for like a turn 3 or 4 win. I think that's better. I can also just play Furnace Rebirth, and then next turn go Ash Barrens for Mountain Rights for the win. Feels like a good line to me. I can also Ash Barrens this turn. Then I have 5 cards in hand. I drop to 6, and I Rights for 5 with 4 creatures out. That's lethal. But if they play 1 blocker, it's not. I'm just going to take the value line. Go for a win 1 turn later, but a lot more value. Just too much stuff I died to. Well, I might have been able to beat that. But it's easy to say in hindsight. Should have done something else. Ooh, Glimmer Baron, great draw. Now they're really going to need something to get out. They basically need to counter Rights now, and I have 2 of them. I guess I'm just playing... I need double red next turn, so I'm just playing Glimmer Baron, Bog You, and then go for the win next turn. I can cast 2 Rights. See what they do here. Tap land. I like this. Get Plains and play Sunscape. Okay, I think they just are dead. They can block Glimmer Baron, and I just Rights for 5. So then all these gets through. That's 23 damage. I guess I can also Deadly Dispute. We'll turn 4 win. Nice. This deck is sweet. Whew. See if we can 4-1 at least. Let's go. Yeah. That's one thing that's sweet about this deck is it can grind pretty well, but it also has the chance, like, for a potential turn 3 win, and we were just taking it slow with like a turn 4 win there on the play. So pretty nice. Really like that. And again, having the potential for a quick combo kill, but the ability to really grind, it's a really nice combination. So just only losing to Affinity so far, beating FAMs twice, once by clock, but that's legit. And then we beat Jeskai Ephemerate when they sided in Cop White. Let's go round 5. All right, welcome to the 5th and final round against Belina 911. Would you like to play first? Yes, I would. Love to see Colony Garden plus Rakdos Carnarium hand. Just gives you so much value. 2 free tokens, perfect mana. Love it. Ooh, Baron War. Is this mono black again, or is it Cycle Storm? You can also Deadly Dispute away a plant to just get stuff going here, potentially. Street Wraith. Okay. There's Mog War Marshal. I think I'm just going War Marshal, Gardens, maybe Rights for the win next turn. Alternatively, I can Deadly Dispute my plant. That's just worse. We might be able to just win next turn. They're not going to be expecting that. Rights for 6. That's 20 damage. They're at 18. I think we got this. Yeah, this land is actually pretty sick. I need to get some good old borderlands. Okay, they might be able to go off before us. But they might be like, okay, I don't need to go off quite yet. I'm going to wait. That's what I have to hope for. I mean, we have a turn 4 win. They could easily have a turn 3 win. Don't do it. Don't play the big ritual. No. Cycle. Play a cycler. Okay. Doing nothing. Oh no, we don't get to attack with this. So we don't have... Oh, they're at 16 though. So we do have lethal. Because they've played 2 street wraiths. Whew. Because we can't pay for echo and attack. Oh yes, they're going to end step. So we say no. Then we just go for the win. We can rights for 6. That's 18, 19 damage. Rights is a hell of a card. They're like darkness. Nice. Whew. Turn 4 win against Cycle Storm. We have like basically no hate though. We could play Pyroblast. I think we likely want to just go for a quick win. We can side out like Jewel Thief, Munitions, Sprout Swarm. I guess we just play Pyroblast because we don't... None of this stuff is good in the matchup. I could play Gorilla Shaman because sometimes they play out a Lotus Petal and it's a 1-mana 1/1 that helps us win faster with rights. Seems pretty bad. Yeah, we got him because of the Street Wraiths. The way they were thinking about it with that last Black Source, I was like, maybe they did have... What's that card? I'm blanking on the name. The 1-mana ritual that adds a black mana for each creature in your yard. They could have had it, and they were like, I don't need to go for it yet. I'll go for it next turn or the turn after. And then we just had the win. We did have 19 damage there, even without the token attacking. Yeah, Songs of the Damned. I'm really bad with card names, but I remember all the cards and what they do. I'm just really bad with the names. They mulligan to 6. This hand is just so slow. I think I need to mulligan. I need a faster draw in this matchup. All right, we're going 5. They're going 5 too, though. All right, this one we'll keep. This is kind of where we want to be. Keep. I don't know if I want to keep Weather the Storm, even though it could be good. I think I kind of want to put back Deadly Dispute and Weather and just go hopefully find an artifact to cast this and then go for a win with these cards. I think going for like the not lose plan with Weather the Storm is not a good plan. Okay, we'll go Ash Barrens for Forest, play Swarmkeeper. They have 0 land. They kept a 0 land hand. They could have Lotus Petal though. Forest. Nice. Another Ash Barrens is actually... Oh no, it's actually not good. It's fine though. At least we get a black source here. We need an artifact is what we need for this. This deck just mulligans a ton. I think this deck is really inconsistent. You need to be really good with that deck to be able to play it well. Nice. I'm not going to play this swamp at all, but I will play the Glimmer Baron. We can Rights for 2 next turn. Is that enough? So with 3, 4, 5, that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 Exacxies. So we got them next turn if they don't win. It's so hard for them to win with 0 lands. I think they don't. Oh, they have another Petal. Kind of makes sense. They could have a Darkness, but I'm going for it. I can't actually cast this and still have lethal, so just attack and then Rights for 2. They could have Hydro, I guess. But then I can just cast Wellspring post-combat. They have the Darkness. They had it. Okay. Fair enough. They just drew a land too. Okay. Oh, jeez. Just gonna play it. That was a really good top deck. And then, let's see, next turn I can hit for 6, 7, 8, 9. So any token kills them. They could have another Darkness, I suppose. Ooh, Carnarium back Bog. It's not lethal this turn, but we have lethal next turn anyway. Now we have a Bog in hand also. They're really far from doing anything. Yeah, the Bog was huge because maybe they could have won, even though they only had 1 land. Now they only songs for 2 mana. This is just desperation at this point. Pretty crazy if they're still able to go off, honestly. Yeah, we got them. Wow, this deck felt really strong. Like, sure, we lost to Affinity. We got crushed, but we basically did pretty well in all the other games. 4-1 with the deck. Let's go back to the list. All right, let's work on the deck before, as we usually do at the end of my videos. Let's cut the Jewel Thieves. I think they were, while they were okay, I feel like they just weren't good enough. And maybe Wedding Invitation is good. I kind of want the 4th Glimmer Baron. I also wanted some removal spells, but maybe we just play Wedding Invitation or the second. Maybe just the second Munitions main is what we want. I was talking about Wedding Invitation. Kenku is not programmed on Magic Online. It is one of the cards, like the initiative cards, that did not make it. So one of the best cards from the set is not in Pauper right now. Unfortunate. Do we want 1 fling? I mean, we already have triple Rights of Initiation. Bushwhacker could be fine too. Certainly not bad. Maybe one fling. I feel like that's too many like ways to win with Munitions and triple Rights. I mean, Sure, sometimes we get locked out of combat, but I feel like going for the rights win is usually what you want. We can do the wedding invitation or we can do the fling. What we could do is we can also play 2 munitions main, sideboard 1 fling for the fog / decks where we want fling. Servo schematic. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I'm not sure if we need it. Mog War Marshal actually seems better to me because it makes 2 bodies that's better with Sprout Swarm. Plus, it's something that you can sack to Deadly Dispute, which we did once that week. Sure, it costs red mana, but we never get the Vampire, so this is just 2 mana artifact, draw, sack, target creature can't be blocked this turn. I think I like the double munitions main 1 fling sideboard. This is still 0 removal spells main deck. Maybe we just do this. Try the fling. I mean, we have 4 Swarmkeeper, 4 Glimmerbaron, and like that's a lot of stuff we can fling. We could also go 2 rights, main 1 side. I don't hate that. And we could not have this munitions. Oh wait. And then we could. Rights is just so good. I mean, we could just play it like this. We could have like another Ancient Grudge, but I think you just have to take your licks against Affinity and just try to beat them. Affinity also had the game 1 Wrath creature against us, which just wrecked us. We actually were off to a pretty fast start, and then they just wrathed us. This looks pretty good. So we just ended up cutting double Jewel Thief for fling 4th Glimmerbaron. And 2nd munitions in the sideboard for like Fae / any deck with a lot of like 1/1s. I think triple rights is actually good, especially because we're more of a token deck than anything now. Because we have no removal spells. Instead, we just have more creatures and token producers. And we have 8 green 1-drops. So I think 3 rights is actually where you want to be. Just don't know if you need the fling or munitions. Again, that could be Wedding Invitation, could be like 1 or 2 Galvanic Blast. There's a lot of options, but I think this is probably what I would try moving forward. This was a super, super fun league. Really, really happy with it. That'll wrap up this video. Thanks for watching. Look out for more content with what's it called? Just Baldur's Gate in the future. Swarmkeeper really impressed though. Didn't directly lead to any wins, but it was a huge threat a lot of times, and it's only 1 mana. I think it was better than Glimmerbaron, so looking forward to trying more with this deck, and hopefully we get all the initiative cards, can start playing with those as well. Otherwise, I'm going to have to test those in person, so we'll see. Thanks for watching. Until next time. Peace.